One. Good afternoon. We are here at Keep It 100 Podcast. This is your host, J.R. Robertson. I'm here today, part two exclusive. I'm hanging out with my main man, Chaddybear Howard, three-time back-to-back winner, two-time first place winner, one-time second place winner because, no, I'm teasing.
There's a one side.
I know music, Chad. No, I'm good. I'm teasing, brother. So we're here. Also, he's got second place, but three-time back-to-back at the Showtime at the actually, let me reword that. Three-time back-to-back winner at the historical Apollo or Showtime at the Apollo in Harlem, New York. Chad, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed by the best. How are you?
I am doing great, man. First things first. So how you did that the third appearance on October 19th, just last week. Can you walk me backwards and walk the viewers backwards to leaving Houston, Texas? Here we are on October 15th, leaving Houston, Texas, driving to the airport, what was said, who was there, and then getting to the airport, arriving in New York, and then from there, you went to this restaurant, and I forgot the name of it. Mavis.
Melba.
I'm sorry. You know what? I went to a good school. I'm sorry, dog.
You must have missed that
day. That's what happens when you go to good school. Your pronunciation is a little different. You know I'm light skinned, right?
Yeah, I can see you at night.
All right, brother. Go ahead. Kind of walk us through it, man. What was it like on October the 15th?
Man, it was awesome being able to go there on the 19th. They do it on Wednesday nights. They do the amateur night on Wednesday night. And so the 19th, I came in early that morning. And like you said, I went to Chef Melba's. It's right in the heart of Harlem. Okay. And that lady has an impeccable story about her journey as well. And so I wanted to go by and, see for myself what was the hype about. And for those that follow me on social media, I took a picture of that plate.
Okay. I got
you saw that fish.
Woo! Yeah. Woo. I probably make better fish than her though. I can burn.
Okay. Is that the light skinned fish or is that the regular fish? You know. There is a difference.
Okay,
the food was delicious, and I had the red velvet cake just to top it off, and oh my God, it was good. And the good thing about it was the Apollo was like blocks away.
Nice.
I didn't have to hit the subway or anything, so I was able to make it to the Apollo and do the sound check, see all the other singers, and even they had the children's competition, and they had these two little girls, and when I tell you, both of them were phenomenal, but the one that actually won, she blew me away.
Really?
And she was only 10 years old. And so I was saying to myself, if you sound like this at 10, ooh,
yeah.
Look, they say, when you go through something, when you go through something,
Hey, we were talking about that.
I'm telling you, that presentation be so different, and it has a whole new meaning behind it. Real talk.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Do me a favor. For our viewers, kind of explain what you were just talking about. You know, about when you go through something. A lot of people don't realize when artists, recording artists, backup, their music is different when they have been through something. Can you explain that?
Well, a lot of times, musicians really are able to express who they are through music. And a lot of times, when you stop and look at the lyrics, you can really pretty much understand what state of mind that person was in when they wrote the song, which is
Ooh,
why I pretty much write my own music depending on uh, where I was in that particular headspace.
okay.
The song, one of the songs that I've written was entitled "God is Bigger Than My Storm,"
Mm,
meaning that the certain situations that are happening, know that God is bigger when you can trust him and you can know that he'll handle it. And so what the devil meant for bad, God will turn it around and make it for your good.
there you go. There you go. I hear you. I hear you on that. All right. So take us. You know, I got to go even further back with you because again, this is part two, so that I can
Right.
get people caught up and make sure they go back and watch part one because part one was good because you know we really didn't know each other that well. We were just like,
Yeah.
and it was like we clicked. You know, right away. It was like because if we don't click, it ain't happening. but,
You know what?
but we
Look, it is what it is.
it is what it is. No, but yeah, let's go back. So August 10th was it that you won the first time at
Yes.
Showtime at the Apollo? Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
then like when you now I watched that one. I had to go back and watch that, and I noticed that now on August 10th you had your who went with you? Did you have anybody with you there?
Now, on August 10th, I had my god sister, who is,
Okay,
they call her the singing comedian,
okay.
Lady K. She went with me that
She
first.
was the one. What was her famous words that she was yelling in the crowd?
What was oh my God, oh my God, come through, come through. I'm like, so, Texas had to come through, and we came through.
I could. At first I couldn't make it out. I'm trying to make it out. I'm like, what is she saying? Kung fu? Is she saying kung fu? And then I,
Not come through.
she said she was saying come through. And I had to go back and listen to it again. And I mean she was and then it was funny because you could hear everything in the crowd and there was someone sitting next to her and the lady was like, do you know him? And she's like, yeah, that's my brother. I love that. So that was great because the crowd went crazy. I mean, and can you describe to the viewers that have never been to the Apollo, the first floor, the second, all that, how that is?
Well, number one, you don't want to get booed. Now, look, look, let me just say that I thank the Lord that was on my side because I've never been to New York a day in my life, and
Okay.
Apollo has a a they are well known for to boo you,
Oh yeah.
and so matter
Oh
of
yeah.
fact they'll boo you as soon as you walk out from the backstage. But I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord for shining the favor. Chaddybear never got booed. And so, yeah, because I was down in the green room and they'll call us up to get us ready backstage and all that. And, as you got to make sure you rub the log.
Right.
They will find it very disrespectful if you do not rub the log. So I had to, I'm like, oh, please like me. And so, uh, and so,
Please, like,
look, by God's grace, they like me. And so, just you have the main floor, then you got the balcony, and you got the second balcony, and you got people up there, and it's it's your time to shine. And
Wow.
what is so amazing is that there are some videos, music videos. I think I sent one to you. It was music
Mhm.
videos where you saw people using the Apollo as their background during their music video, like
Oh yeah.
Patti LaBelle. I just it just came to my head that I just pulled up Patti LaBelle, "Somebody Loves You, Baby," and I'm like, she's in the Apollo.
Yes.
Wow, look, wow, look here. You know who else? You know who else was at the Apollo?
Who?
Anita Baker.
Yeah, that's one of
The
my
vi-
favorites.
the music video. No one in the world can help. No one in
Yes.
the world. She's in
Yeah.
the Apollo.
Hey,
You
you know
see,
who else is there? You know
what's
who
that?
else is there?
What's that?
Luther Vandross.
Yep. Oh yeah, was there a chair? It's still a chair. I don't know if it's going to turn into a recliner once you leave, or if it
Mhm.
turns into a sofa. But a chair is still a chair. That was just sitting the song. I don't know if it was supposed to change once you left the house. Does it turn into a lamp?
Hey,
Does it
did
turn
you
into a table? But a chair is still a chair. You know that's what they felt. You know, they want to tell you a chair was going to be a chair. When you come back home, that chair going to be a chair. Even when nobody's sitting there, that chair going to be there.
okay, and we're back. And that was a little inside joke with Chad and I. We got a little history there. But hey man, so you're there, you have this flashback and you're thinking, you see him behind you, this is the iconic historical Showtime at the Apollo. So then you win on August 10th. You go back on was it September the what?
September the 14th.
September 14th, you go and you are singing the same song. And I forgot how Apollo works. Is it normal that they continue and sing the same song the second time and third time? Is that normal? I don't
Let
know.
me,
I don't. I'm honestly
let me tell you something. Your guess is as good as mine. I
okay.
am. I what basically what happened was when I signed up for it and I submitted my video of doing Very White, the talent coordinator she said you need to do Very White, and so when I wanted to change the song, I was gonna do a different song in September. She said
Hmm.
no, do Very White, and I'm like okay, and so then here we come in October. It wasn't no question what song that I was supposed to do. It was gonna be Very White because
No,
and so I was like, okay, can I do a different song?
yeah,
I do
yeah,
no other songs.
yeah. There's a lot of.
Yeah.
Hey, did she say anything on the third time, October 15th?
No, she didn't. That's why she gonna receive an email. You know. Can I please do a different song? Can I please do a different song?
Oh man, you got me cracking up. You got me cracking up. Yeah.
And then
So all right.
I got taken to church. Can I please do a different song?
There you go. There you go. There you
Ah,
go.
ah, ah.
You
Yeah.
should throw some holy water on her also at the same time. Do the deal.
The water, the oil, all of it.
The whole deal.
The
There.
whole
Let me ask you another question. All right. So here we are. You've been to the Apollo twice already. You're there for the third time during the day. You've met some friends and stuff like that. So you kind of got a feel for that area, Harlem. And what was it like being in Harlem? For the first time, second time, and third time.
You know what? I must honestly say it was really uh, an interesting experience simply because by that being my first time, I didn't know really what to expect.
Okay.
A lot of times TV shows and movies, they'll, because of what they show you, they'll give you a perception of what New York is about.
Right.
A lot of times it's dealing with violence and crime. And so really didn't know what to expect. I was just asking the Lord to protect me there and back,
Hmm.
you know, block me from the stab wounds, the bullet holes, whatever. Just get me back to Texas. And so God God came through every time.
You know what's interesting? That's why I think it's so important to travel. And there's a lot of people, that have it for some different reasons or whatever. But you don't know anything until you really travel. That's just my opinion. Um, but I'll tell you, living in other countries and traveling on vacation and going places has opened my eyes, also my brain, to different cultures, to
Yeah,
understanding people. But like in the United States, they try and for many years, government and stuff like that, they want to keep you from going places, and they'll tell you that this place is bad, and I call it the fake news also because there's a lot of fake news that's out there.
yeah,
The
you
way
definitely gotta be
write,
careful,
yeah, they'll have you believe in anything.
right?
They'll have you believe your own people don't like you. You know,
Well,
this.
you can when it comes to that, you can only go by what they show you.
Mm-hmm.
Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. So,
True, true, true. Hey, you know what? And usually you can read them the first time you meet them if you really pay attention. You know,
absolutely. Listen, you
yeah,
gotta watch.
yeah, guaranteed.
Watch.
Let me move on before I didn't want to get too serious on that one, but let's get now. I'm looking at your background there. I'm like, this is historical. You gotta sign that and you gotta put that together because that's gonna be a great later on for you. I'm sure I hipped you up to some of the game, but you know about the NFTs and stuff like that. That's gonna be a great later on for you because I see you doing big things, brother.
I touch and agree with you.
There you go. There you go. You gotta, yeah. If you don't believe in yourself first, no one else is for sure. For sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, all right. So we're on the third. You're there the third time. You just won. What was your feeling on October the 15th? Showtime at the Apollo. You have just won. You got there's a first place, there's a second place, and there's a third place. And knowing that you out of those three people, you guys go back for the finale. What
Right.
were you feeling?
Well, first, I need you to do me a favor and lift your hands.
Oh, sure.
Lift your hands, and I want you to remove the word 15 out of this conversation because it was
Okay.
on the 19th.
Oh, that's right. That's
The
right.
19th.
Thank you for
The
reminding me. I had the
19th.
15th on the mind for remind. It
I
is the
don't
19th.
know why you done said 15 about 15 times. And I'm
You,
like, sir, where you getting this 15 from?
you know what?
Did somebody owe
The,
you $1,500? What's really going on?
the 19th. I should know that because that's a special day, and I told you that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know where I got it at. Also, all right, we're gonna rewind that slow mo. Doing it. We're doing it. All right. So yeah, on October the 19th, you are. What was your feeling after winning, man?
Well, I tell you, it was really an honor. Just every time I step on the Apollo stage, it's really an overwhelming feeling of it's just like, oh, oh, it's just constantly. And so being able to place, because they were going by the top three singers, and so
Okay.
there was a lady, she got 93, was the high score, and then I got 89 the next score, and then another guy got 83, and so it was pretty much low scoring than what I'm used to. Because when I went in August, I got a 99, and then in September it was a 98. So it was like in the up 90, bigger 90s, but
Hmm.
it wasn't really as loud as normally was, and pretty much uh, it was a toss up between being a tough crowd and then kind of looking back on it. She probably had a good number of people there, being from there, and a lot of times you can have the home advantage. You know, me
Hmm.
traveling all the way from Texas up to New York,
Hmm.
uh, just being able to still place.
Oh, that was, yeah, number
I
two.
thank God for that. You know,
No, for
and
to
so
place number two. I mean, that's amazing. What song did she sing?
she did Jill Scott, "You Love
Oh,
Me,"
oh, oh,
and so she was.
oh,
I, and I gave it to her. I'm like,
oh,
look, you still you want to stay sing, girl, but at the
yeah.
same time,
Yeah.
this is a competition. I ain't try to look at if this was something a different atmosphere. I'll be standing up for you. But
You,
but
you,
all in all, it was a good show. She did an awesome job. The
Mhm.
guy that won third place, he was giving me a combination of Michael Bolton and James Ingram sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Together? Like,
he could sing, and so
mm,
this was really because it was only six adults, and out of the six adults, one got booed, and so
really?
yeah.
You always gotta have one.
Yeah, look, because the Sandman, he got to cut a step at least one good time or two in the show. So,
Yeah,
but
guaranteed.
yeah, even one guy, he was really trying. He got half naked on stage.
Was it? Was it? Was this?
He was playing the drums, and I guess he was supposed to get so excited about playing the drums, he ripped off his shirt.
Oh,
But
okay.
when he ripped off his shirt, he still didn't place.
Oh, that's not good.
So look, yeah.
That that's not good when you rip off your shirt and no one notices.
Now, no, you gotta pay for this. We ain't showing this for free. Now, wait a minute. We not doing that. Ain't no samples, ain't no preview or nothing. We ain't
You
doing
are
that.
funny.
But
You are, dude. You got. I was talking to a friend of mine.
uh,
I sent them the taping and video of this interview, and they said, "Jr., you and Chad are just laughing like cooking it up." I was like, "Well, it's just like we connect, I understand each other, so it's like, it's like he'll say something, and I know exactly what you're going to say next, onto it. So it's kind of funny for your family. I'm gonna move a little forward. For the family, your mom. How was she? Did you call her afterwards and tell her you won? Because
yeah.
they didn't tape this one. What did you do?
No, no. My I can literally pinpoint my mother's voice in a crowd, and so I already know her sound. The way my mother screams, she like woo. I wait like that's mama. So yeah, so yeah, my mother is like my number one fan, and so
That's
she
huge. That's
definitely
cool.
have been supporting me pretty much throughout my all my music.
Mm,
She loves music, and God gave her a musician, and
that's
so
cool.
We the love of God, the love of music has bonded us, and so uh,
That's
and
that's a
then
wonderful story.
being able to do this at this level is just a blessing.
You're pretty busy. Just for for our viewers also. What else are you involved in when it comes to music and radio and things of that nature? I didn't get a chance to get into that. Can you tell our viewers what else you do?
Well, yes, on Saturdays you can find me on It's All Gospel podcast. It's on YouTube and Facebook Live, and
Hmm.
it's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if it's 8 o'clock in Houston, whatever time it's going to be where you at, and then tune in.
Yeah.
And so, but
Is
yeah,
there a
it's
is
all
there a wording for it? Give them the wording, or you sit on
it's all
YouTube?
gospel.
Okay, it's all
Yeah,
gospel. Okay,
just type in "It's All Gospel" and you see me.
okay,
And so, um, but yeah, and then on Sunday mornings on Soul Radio Coast to Coast,
oh,
I
that's
have
right.
the yes, I have the great privilege of doing my own gospel radio show called
Okay,
Churching with Chad Howard.
and this is
And
your own.
yeah, this is my own gospel radio show where I play the best of gospel music, whether it's mainstream, whether they consider mainstream or independent artists. A lot of times I focus more on independent artists because that's what I have been, and I want to be able to play music for a lot of these artists. They may have not been able to get radio play, and
Hmm.
so I wanted to be able to provide a platform to play their music.
Okay,
And then look, as long as it sounds good to me, yes, I'm gonna play
all
it.
right. That's cool. That's really cool. Now there was that the now there's also you were on a podcast that you had me join into. What was the podcast? That there's another wasn't there another podcast where there was like six different people singing or seven or something like that?
That's it's all gospel.
Okay, that's okay. To make sure it's the same one. Okay,
Yeah,
all
that
right.
you threw me up. I'm like, oh,
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no. I just want to give everybody some props that
that's-
is
yeah,
that
it's
you're
all
associated.
gospel. Shout out to the cast, Money Moses,
There you go.
Allison Moses, and Dennis Flanagan. We come together and we have a good time. Allison, myself, Dennis, each of us sing individually, and so it's really a good time. We are, we like I said, we love God, we love music, and that's
Hmm.
what you see on this song gospel.
All right, yeah. I just want to make sure that we give some shout outs to those guys because that's they're. I noticed that it takes a village.
Yes,
When it comes to music or raising kids or whatever, that you got to have some support, a good support system. And I noticed when I went when I joined in with you guys the one time I did. The second time I caught it late, but the time that I did catch you guys, everybody was taking a turn singing, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I hope they don't ask me. No.
no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna walk in our gifts. We're not gonna dilute ourselves. We're gonna know what God has called us to do, and we're gonna walk in it. Said the
I
Lord.
can
Yeah.
tap dance. I can tap dance.
See, you can do that. You can do a tap dance, praise dance on It's All Gospel, and do a virtual presentation. That's awesome.
I told you. That's what happened when you go to the good school.
See there, that part.
Okay. Hey, I'm looking at the your background. I'm loving the background, man. Was that thought of by you or
What's that?
your background? I like that. That's kicking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The,
There
the
we
thing, the
go.
thing, it's a part of my state of mind when it comes to promotion. So I
There
didn't
you
want just
go.
a plain background. I wanted something that says what where God has blessed me with. because this
There you
this
go.
opportunity is something that's truly God given. Even though I'm not singing a gospel song, I
Right.
love God. God loves me, and He is blessing me and keeping me to make it this far.
Oh, that's yeah, dude. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, to we were we have friends in New York, and when you get to that point, you get to that point that you think about people, going on and going on. It's
Right.
uh it's a blessing, man, to be as
Yeah.
far as you have made it. And so I know that when you got back on the night after the 19th of October, and you arrived
Won't
arrived
He
back.
do
I did it, Mama. I did it. I did it.
it?
No, hey, so you get back October the 19th, and no, you don't get back on October 19th. You get the day after or whatever. But you get back to Houston, as I was saying. You got me laughing, dude. I get we should have a comedy show. But yeah, yeah. So you get back day after the show or so, and you're back coming back to Houston. Did you all of a sudden have people calling you that they're thanking you and saying, "Hey, congratulations, Chad," or was it silent?
It was really more social media, really.
Okay.
I posted footage me from the Apollo, and so it was people that uh, I haven't talked to since before the pandemic, or individuals I forgot that was even on my page. And
Hmm.
so, yeah, but they were, sending me congratulations and all that. And so, I appreciate the love. It's so often people like to believe or assume the worst about you before they really
Right.
get to know you. And so, I'm like this. You be nice to me, I'll be nice to you.
You know what? Go back on
Yes.
that for a minute because you know what? We're gonna go just rewind for just a second because I remember in our first interview I asked you a question about people believing in you and stuff of that nature, and you touched on something that was really important, and it resonated with a lot of the viewers and people that I had talked to afterwards. That when they heard that statement about it, and I'll let you run it back, but they heard a statement about someone saying that you weren't good enough or you shouldn't be. I'll let you say it because you say it better. It happened to you. You'll say it better than I did. But what did this person, friend, part-time friend, maybe not a friend, say?
They were a season.
A season. That's right.
They were a season. And seasons change, and so yeah, they don't. But yeah, they said that I was a joke singing gospel, and then I'd be a bigger joke singing R&B.
Wow. Yeah, that's there's some mean. People just need to be kind. And most of it's jealousy, too.
Yeah,
You're
a
doing.
lot of times when you listen to a person, um, just and a lot of times we really don't really take the time to listen. But when we
Hmm.
really take the time to listen, even when a person is in their rant,
Hmm.
if they're frustrated and they start saying things, and you be like, "Oh, so tell me how you really feel about me." I'm listening. Uh huh. Really? That's what you thought? Okay. And so a lot of times, like I've said before, to earlier on another conversation similar to this, is that it doesn't pay to assume because you
Right.
wind up making the first three letters of yourself.
True. 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 True.
And so that's why communication is key. Communication rules the nation. If people really take the time to come together and communicate, we would be a lot further in humanity.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Hey, not to go way off or anything of the sort. But there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in our world right now. And with media and things of that sort. How do you keep yourself focused and on the prize when you're back home in the in Houston? How do you stay focused? Because you got a lot of stuff going on. You got the two radio things going on. You got just preparing for Showtime at the Apollo. You also have what else, just to live every day. You got to get up and you got to do stuff and around the house and whatever. How do you prepare yourself for your day? How do you start out? Like in the morning, are you doing? You got some prayer going on in the morning. You got, or are you? I mean, how do you set yourself up for the day?
Well, I really have said that you can be your own best friend, and a lot of times that really has to really play a part, and especially when you have a relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important to do so because the way the world has gotten, you need something to believe in, or you'll just go crazy. And so, really, my having my own personal relationship with God, um, understanding how He works, Him understanding me because He created me, and so just really being thankful every day. You know, being thankful for people, like I said, who are nice to me, because people don't have to be nice to you.
Oh, true
You can
that.
have
True that.
the best intentions, the heart of gold, as you would like, and then because of where they at mentally or where they at spiritually, or with their headspace, it can really turn you off. And so,
That's true.
it's really more about once you understand the process, understand the game, then you trust God and keep it moving.
There you go. There you go. So let me ask this question. This next question. So, what's your mood like now? Knowing that come November the 23rd, which is another special date, um, what's your mood as far as knowing that you're going back for the finale?
You know what I tell you? Well, first of all, they're doing this the day before Thanksgiving, so you can pretty
Yeah.
much imagine what the airport gonna look like, and
Oh my God. Yeah.
look, yeah. And so, just in the midst of preparation, going back, this I've never done this before. I've
Right.
never really been a person that did competitions or anything like that. I just
Hmm.
I just sung at the church and then
Right.
start releasing music, and so being doing something like this is definitely out of the norm for me. But God has been blessing. He has been blessing my trip every time, and and I really say God's blessing because Chaddybear don't get booed, and so no, nobody, no, we ain't doing no booing, nothing of that. So and then plus, you when you stepping on stage, you have to be mindful that you have to give something to the people for them wanting to see. And so
Right.
whenever you see Chatty Bear, it'll be a Chatty Bear experience.
There you go. There you go.
And so when you look at footage from August, September, October, the song may be the same, but everything else is not the same.
Right. I
And
noticed that
so
you did. I know, not to interrupt you, but I noticed that when you opened up on the 19th, you had this long coat on, and you kind of like popped it, like popping the collar in the crowd, in the crowd. No, no, where did that come from?
I had it in my mind, I'm telling you. It's the Chaddybear experience. You don't know what is it? You don't know what you're gonna get. And so, the scarf that I had on, it was a scarf that my mother got me, and so it has been deemed as my favorite scarf. Why? Because my mama got it for me, and
Uh-huh.
it was a scarf that I always wanted. And so, the weather was cooperative
Hmm.
for me to wear that coat because I was not trying to be all over there sweating like I'm about
Yeah,
to pass out. Cause look, I'm glad y'all like the coat, but that coat heavy. And so, but when I went, the weather
hmm
uh, allowed me to rock the coat, and so um, really think about what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. And so when I did that,
hmm
people screamed.
Yeah, you actually moved the crowd. I was like, and that's important because as I as we both were saying, because we both were new to. I've seen the Apollo over and over and over. I was one of my favorite shows. And it's interesting because I'm trying to remember about how many times they would sing a song or whatever. But I think what would happen all the times I watched the Apollo, people would only because there's talented people. A lot of historical people came out of legends.
Mm,
And living legends. People still living. When you think of people how they got their start and moved on from the like most of the people that I'll put it this way, most of the people that have performed at the Apollo have went on to do great things. The
absolutely.
majority of them. Yeah, and I got a lot of them here in California right now. And when I think about all these people, everybody's been there. And they've even had like a Death Jam there, Death Jam comedy there. I mean,
Yeah.
you had like everything. And when I talk about Death Jam, I used to many years ago. I worked at the what was that the Universal Studios, and I used to have the Jeep where I would escort different people up to the amphitheater, and I got free tickets to a lot of the events. So it was
Mm.
like Def Jam, whomever was performing at the amphitheater, Universal Amphitheater. I got backstage passes and I got the tickets, and I'd have like about 20 or 30 tickets. So I
Oh
was
man,
like
that's what's
rolling.
up. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah. So back to you, my man. So here we are. You're about to head back in November. Um, what's your feeling? And you can't tell anyone anything about what you're singing or anything of the sort. But what's your feeling now? The people, explain to me the people that you're going to be competing against come the on the 23rd.
Well, they have, I believe they have a few more amateur nights that they're going to do leading up to it,
Okay.
because when they were after you place, then
Mhm.
you have to give the next date that you were available to return for the next round. And
Oh.
so, and one of the dates were November 16th. And so, in the event you happen to place November 16th,
Mhm.
you would have to be at there November 23rd. So you can just
Right.
imagine if I would have chosen to go on the 16th, then I'll
Okay.
have to turn right back around. You see what I'm saying?
Uh, that's what that was because I seen something. Because Apollo actually added me because I've been, posting some of these videos and I've been tagging Apollo with it. So Apollo has given me some points for doing that. I don't know what these points are, what they're good for or anything, but thank you, Apollo. I appreciate it. But more importantly, they're like, thank you for supporting Apollo. But they had this date that when it came up when I was tagging them, it had a November 16th date and talked about the shuttles that are going to be taking people certain. So that's what that is.
Yeah, that's the amateur night.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right. So you made that clear, made me understand what that was all about. All right, yeah. I was trying to figure out. I was like, what's happening on the 16th of November? What's happening on the 16th? That's crazy. That's great because yeah, no, November 15th is my oldest sister's birthday, so it's like that's why it kind of resonated with me and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, kind of interesting. Yeah. So, I didn't even ask you, man. What month were you born?
January the 4th.
No, you're kidding me.
January the 4th.
You're one of those kids that January is very, 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 very smart people. Very smart people. Big brains, I call them. I got my daughter's January 15th, same day as Dr. Martin Luther King.
Capricorn, yes.
Yeah, she's everything, and she sings. I told you that too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this what she's one of the reasons that we have this podcast. It's like I wanted to leave him something. But back to you, my man. So I mean, how are you preparing for the 23rd of November?
You know what? I am just just really just making a mental note and then writing it all up. Of course, got to write it down of all it entails. I done had some people say, "I'll go with you on the when you go in November. I'll go to November." So I'm gonna be reaching out to them, like,
Okay.
okay, I'm going back in November. I done made it this far. Are you rocking with me? What's up? What's up? And so, because you were supposed to come out there with me, but you didn't.
Yeah,
But,
and I had a lot of stuff going on, but
but I
I'm
was glad to see. I had this guy out of Chicago. He
mhm.
does management for uh, for models and R&B
Oh
artists,
great, oh
and
great,
so his name is Brandon. So
uh-huh.
I met him at the airport in September, and I
Okay.
was telling him I was coming back in October, and so he set it up for him to come on into the Apollo and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's important to have support. It's important to have support. So yeah, especially when it comes to management and people that also, I told you before. It's like it's important to have good people around you. You know that can guide you in the right way. Whether you take them on or not, it's just how you know somebody's really good. And this is my own opinion also. How I have met people in the past in the entertainment business, how I know they're really there for you is they're just there. It's no, they're not asking for anything. They're not doing anything, but they're basically just there for you in the beginning, and that's how
Right.
you know because a lot of eight. Let me kind of go into this. A lot of sports stars they meet these. They come out of college or whatever and get these contracts or whatever, and they end up paying somebody 5% of their millions, which is like 10 million if you get sign a contract for like 20 or whatever, and they don't even know this person. All of a sudden this person just wants to be, and now what if they didn't even think to even check and see if they had a family member where they could have kept the money in the family, you know, and pass it on, or a good friend, that is, an attorney or someone in the entertainment business. Those things are important, and
Yeah.
that that, that
But you also got to understand there's a difference between personal and business.
yes,
And a lot of
yes,
times we may be cool on the personal side because we
right,
don't have no major expectations of each other. But when we
right,
get into the business side and somebody
totally.
drops the ball, then that's a horse of a different color.
You know it. And I agree with you there. I agree with you right there, and that's why I made that comment to you about that your background and all that. I pay attention to all detail, and you being prepared like that, and I love that, man. That you believe in yourself first of all, but to have the enough to realize that, what, let me spruce this up a little bit, and that says a lot. That says a lot. I'm giving you props on that, man. That says a lot to me about you taking your career, your craft, your blessings, your gifts serious. That says a lot. Especially what you after the things that you've been through. You got people telling you that you shouldn't be doing this. You've got now. Meanwhile, you're already doing things, and you're already doing big things. Anytime you get on the radio and you're singing and you're pulling other talents, because and you probably experienced this like I did. when you're working with other talented actors, musicians, singers, songwriters, singer songwriters are well. Put it this way: singers are different than songwriters. Singer songwriters are different. Okay, as I said, singers versus a vocalist is different.
Right.
Okay, all right. So when you're doing the radio shows and stuff of that sort, you're dealing with all these different personalities. Now, how do you pull all that together? Because it takes a special person to be able to do that. How do you do that?
Well, I tell you, like I said, you be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. And well, look, when you are not nice to me, I will not be nice to you. And a lot of times um, it's the lack of accountability. People feel justified of doing just any
Hmm.
old thing, and they're not being uh, held accountable. And
Right.
so, however, there are some that do. So,
Mhm.
as I said, you just gotta work with who you can work with, because everybody you can't work with everybody.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So it seems like you got a good team on both of those shows. So that's really important. And I was impressed when I actually went and how they set it up. And you guys be like calling each other out, joking with each other a lot too, which is very funny. You allow yourself to be each other, be yourselves, you
Right.
know, and that's what makes for a good show because um, you guys aren't scripted at all, right? You're not scripted.
No, we are not scripted. We are literally what you see is what you get. And
Okay.
so that's it.
Okay, great show. Great shows. Because I know, we're not scripted either. And when we started Keep 100 podcast, my nephew and I, one of the biggest things that we wanted to do is we wanted to keep everything raw, meaning that we didn't talk to the guests beforehand to find out, things about them. We didn't have a whole bunch of stuff written down or whatever. And a lot of people were afraid of that because they were like, well, what if you get somebody and they get irate or whatever? It's like, I was like, well, it's live and we just end it. you
Okay.
know?
That look, that just about it.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you
You,
this. Let me go a little deeper because knowing that you are on podcast and you have different things going on. What somebody's laughing in comments, but let me ask. Have you ever run into that where you guys are singing and you guys rub the wrong way or anything of the sort?
I would say this. It's good to
Keep it
work
light.
with. Say what?
Make sure it's light. Make sure I don't want to get anybody mad at me.
No, 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 no. No, because we are all grown,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
so the good thing about working with adults, and like I said, when someone shows you who they are, believe
Hmm.
them. So when you show me you grown, we grown. So
Okay.
um, if we have an issue, we talk about it. Excuse me. Uh, we
Hmm.
we talk about it. Um,
Hmm.
if we disagree, we can agree to disagree, or what have you, or
Hmm.
just gaining an understanding of why I said what I said, or why they said what they said. But the most important thing is communication.
Oh
We
yeah.
we may say something, but then we 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 think about it. We're like, okay, I was feeling this kind of way. Shouldn't have said that.
Hmm.
My bad. I took it out
Ah,
on you. And
cool.
so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can tell when you're dealing with someone that has grown maturity. We
Yeah.
talk about it, communication, and
Hmm.
really, that's really the best way to build relationships is to accept people where they at, who they
Hmm.
are, not try to change them or not try to uh, belittle or vilify them for being who they are. just accepting
Right.
them for who they are, and be glad that God is allowing you to be around to see them.
That's great. You know what I didn't do? I didn't have you actually tell us how to find your music. So let me have you do that right now because we've got probably about another 9 minutes into the show or whatever. But tell people how to find your music.
You can find my music on all digital outlets: Pandora, Spotify, iHeart, anywhere you can find music. You just type in Chad Howard and out appear.
Hey, you know, I just had a thought. I was thinking back to when we had that first interview, brother, and your friend gave you that light that was so shining bright.
Let me tell you, I have turned that light. I'm using it actually, but I turned it where it won't have me up and just like cooking. Man, I
Ah,
was cooking. I was like, you can put an egg on my forehead, and all you needed was some grits and bacon. I was like, I need to turn this light, this powerful light to the side. So yeah, got the powerful light and got my background, so I'm good.
oh, cool. Yeah, man, that was a time. That was we had some weather issues also. Oh, by the way, I didn't ask. You're doing good because I noticed that you still had the in your chest from the cough and stuff. You were a little sick before. Everything good?
Yeah, New York riled up my allergies,
No,
and
yeah,
so
I can imagine.
yeah, I have been like I'm having to readjust back to Texas weather,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's that's why I'm trying to drink plenty of water and get make sure everything is on the good foot.
Yeah, that's true. How do you let me get into your before we get out of here. How do you take care of your voice?
Oh.
I'll take your time, no biggie.
No,
How do you take care of
I had to plug it in because it was getting dim. I was like, it's getting
your
dark. What's really going on?
okay.
But
How
but no,
do you take
I do drink tea.
okay, that's it.
I do drink the main tea I do drink is green tea.
Okay.
Have all the antioxidants in it and all that good stuff. So most of the time I drink tea with lemon,
Uh-huh.
and I try to drink a gallon of water a day.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's just really making sure that anything that's not supposed to be there don't stay there. So
No, got you. Guaranteed, guaranteed. Yeah, because I was thinking, I dated a few females that sing and our song, and they were really well. And I noticed their preparation of how they took care of their throats and stuff like that. And and then when it came to breathing exercises and then I met a couple really legendary singing coaches, and so they explained a lot to me that I was kind of aware of but didn't understand it 100%. They made it really clear, and so when I talk to artists, because I've been around artists for many years, over and over and over since I was growing up, um, and it's just a different people. Music people I found to be my people. Actors, actresses, and stuff like that, a little different. We click and all that, but when it comes to music, because I have a lot, as you probably noticed, I love different genres of music, all music, and there are some that I will listen to every now and then, but
mhm.
I'm in music every day. I'm putting in 2 hours sampling, listening to music every day. You know, so what's your favorite three genres of music?
I would say R&B,
Mm-hmm.
jazz,
Oh, okay.
and gospel.
Wow. Have you ever thought about putting down some jazz or some recordings? I bet you'd be good.
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right.
So be looking in the next year.
I'm already in the future, brother. Hey, let me ask
It's
this last
coming.
question. Let me ask you a question before we get ready to take off out of here, man. Um, let where do you what would you like to do in the R&B industry? How would you I actually there's three questions. Let me go ahead and give you I'm gonna give them all to you at once and I'll let you take your time to answer them. But how would you what would you like to do first in the music industry as far as what type of music? R&B, gospel, what that's one. What's the first type of music you'd like to do? Number two, if given the chance, female artists that you could do a collab with, who would you pick? And then a male artist, if you can do a collab with, who would you pick?
All right. The first one, I would say, what was the first question? So you gotta do it one by one.
Okay,
You
all
trying to
right,
ask all
okay,
these
yeah.
questions all at the same time, and people trying to remember what you just said, one
You
at
told
a time.
you
A
told me you
mile
went.
starts with one step.
Hey, I
You
thought
you
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 went to a
you, you
good
you
school
trying
like me.
you trying to rush me?
You're born in January. You're supposed to be able to do to multitask. All
We,
right, because my
I'm the male January. There's a
okay.
difference.
So what type of genre would you want to start out with in the beginning? When you say you finished Apollo, talent scouts are there. Boom! All of a sudden, somebody says, "Hey, you know what? Let's get you in the studio." Boom! But no, either way, we're getting you in the studio. I got people in Texas, so we can get you in the studio. We're gonna put some stuff down. But someone else comes up to you and says, "All right, you know, let's do this." You know, what kind of music you gonna start out with?
Well, actually, I don't want to be placed in a particular one genre.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you
that's
for
when
saying that.
that's one thing that I never wanted to do.
Thank you for
And
saying that.
a lot of times, especially in the black community,
Mm-hmm.
the only real space you have is in the church to
Mm-hmm.
showcase your talent, your gift. And so a lot of times you start doing that and never it didn't don't think about doing something different. Like for
Okay.
example, Aretha Franklin, she was more of what you would consider a Christian R&B artist
Right.
because she was able to do both.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying on that level. I don't want to be put in a box.
Okay. Cool. All right. Number two, female artists that you want to do it would like to do a collab with.
Female artists, I would love to do a collaboration with uh ooh, Layla Hathaway.
Okay.
I,
Why?
I would love to do it. That has been the only person that I've ever seen that can sing two-part harmony.
Mm, mm. Okay. All
When
right. I'm
I
raising
when
raising the hand on that one. She's.
man, when I saw that on that video, I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
"How's how's she? Who's she?
Yeah.
How's she?
Yeah. No
What
hands.
the?" Wow, you like, wow. And so yeah, she would definitely because you know with her background and of course her
Yeah.
father, that DNA is standing strong. That Hathaway blood, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it definitely be a, a pleasure to
There
collaborate
you
with her. And then on the male side,
go.
I
Mm-hmm.
would say uh, Silk Sonic.
Silk Sonic. Okay.
Silk Sonic.
And
You
why?
know, because Silk Sonic they're more on the classy, very
Okay.
classy. You know, they got leave the door open and smoking out the window and
Oh
you
wow.
know they just I just like the collaboration, the camaraderie That's
Okay.
within the group Silk Sonic. So it'll be
All
a
right.
real good to collaborate with them.
Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, do me a favor, man. Tell our viewers where we can find your music at. We're about to get on out of here until we get to the part three is gonna be good, man, because that's gonna be the whole thing about And I see you. I've already envisioned you, and I'm not gonna give you any. I don't believe in all that kind of stuff of the bad luck. I only believe in great luck and good luck. Um, but I envision you taking this thing. I envision you doing this. So I do. I'm sorry. You know, I just feel
And
that you're
I'll
gonna.
be glad. I'll be glad to take
But
it.
here's the thing. I just feel, and like I told you before, I just feel you still haven't you haven't given your A game yet to this, and I'm glad. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong often. But I feel that something's gonna, and hopefully it's the guy from above, or if I have to electrocute you, something's gonna send that vote through you, and you're gonna really give it to him, because this is for the bag.
This is for the bag.
Hey, oh, by the way, for the viewers, um, what's the third prize, second prize, and then first place?
They're not talking about that. They're just talking about the grand prize. That's they're not going. When you doing stuff like this, they don't. This and the consolation prizes are. They're not doing that.
So wait. They're not doing steak knives, trip to Hawaii, and then the bag.
No big old lifetime membership to Roma Noodles. You know, you know,
Oh God.
you know, a lifetime rice roni boxes. No, they're not talking about doing anything like that. It's really for the grand prize. So,
And the grand prize is pretty big, I hear.
20,000.
Oh wow, good. All right. Hopefully you know how to budget your money. I'm big on that, and when I talk to my friends and stuff like that, don't book a one way ticket to somewhere and not come back. There. So
No, it's gonna be like that.
let me ask you this question, and this is you don't have to answer it because it's kind of personal or whatever. But if everything goes as planned and the stars line with the moon and it's the 23rd, another special day. I'm in the numerology, and when it comes to numbers and everything and energy, I understand how all that works. So it's like nothing
Okay.
is by accident, and everything that's supposed to happen is happening. And even the people that you meet, that you come across, and how we met, interesting. You were sent to me by another friend who was on the podcast, who was very special to me. His family, and I, especially him and I really clicked. We don't talk a whole bunch, but when we do talk, it's like conversation just flows it just
Right.
picks right up. Just like your conversation and you and me right now. But what's one of the things that you'd like to do with the bag? Something special for
Well,
yourself?
most definitely put out some more music.
Good. Okay. That's
That's
all I'm concerned.
that's like you have your list of what you want to be able to do and all that stuff. So definitely, definitely one of the things is to put out some more music because I have all of these original songs and it's time to put it out there to the masses.
Yeah, I really want to see you do that, because I think there's a lot of music that you could write. There's a lot of music that you can do cover wise that needs to be done. I have a lot of artists that have been on the show where I went to YouTube and I pulled up, song after song after song, and then now they're performing, doing other things, still haven't made it to where they're going to go. Another one of my friends who's went back and forth to New York now, and it's kind of like home for her. But I'll tell you, you have a unique craft, and where you get it from, as I told you before, you're not a singer, you're a vocalist, and when you have that range and when you can mix it up like that, you're using different parts of your brain, man. And that I'm proud of you, very proud of you. You
Thank
know.
you.
So, in wrapping it up, we're here with Chaddybear Howard, three-time back-to-back winner at Showtime at the actually historical Showtime at the Apollo. Won two first place and one second place. I got him pegged to take it all, and mainly because I think that there's something special coming on this day, November 23rd, and then the day after that is Thanksgiving. So I think we're going to be thankful for Chad taking it all. Any shout outs that you want to give to any friends, family, people?
Well, definitely want to give a shout out to my mother, who is celebrating her 73rd birthday on tomorrow.
What's your mom's name?
Vernell.
Vernell from JR and Keep It 100 podcast. The whole family here. Happy pre-birthday. I am so glad that you gave birth to this gentleman. I call him a giant, which is going to be legendary if I have anything to do with it. My mom also celebrated her birthday, 25th, 27th of October. She says she has two birthdays for some reason, because of when she was born. My mom, so last year she celebrated her 80th birthday. We did a big party for her.
Wow.
She's celebrating her 81st birthday. She is more mobile than I am. And I'm active, man. I'm in the gym, working out and all that kind of good stuff. She celebrates her 81st birthday. She is 7 sisters, 1 brother, so, and all of them are, you can imagine. I was raised with 4 sisters and 7 aunts. So
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things I shouldn't see. And I know a little bit too much about women. I know one thing, they're smarter than us guys, and a lot of guys hate for us to say that, but they are definitely our queens, and they are the ones that actually feed us and make sure that we are healthy and things of that nature, and we're supposed to give back to them and protect. So yeah, I just want to say, pre happy birthday to your mom, and hope everything's going great for you. And for you, my man, I will talk to you, chat with you a little bit later. But again, tell our fans and tell your new fans and viewers how to get a hold of your music, and then we'll cut out of here.
Go to all digital platforms. You can find me on social media, Chaddybear Howard on Facebook and on Instagram, The Real Chaddybear. And go download.
All right, brother. I want to thank you for joining us this afternoon here at Keep It 100 Podcast, the show of all shows. And also, I want to say, you know what? Just do your thing, man. Have fun. That's the most important thing when you're competing or singing or whatever. The people that don't get, the question I didn't ask you, did you get butterflies or anything when you went on stage?
No.
No, you just knew it. Huh? You had it.
The whole nervous, that was never part of my reality. I'm ready.
I love it.
Let's go and make it do what it do. We're here now. Let's go ahead and do it now. Even my mother, she said that growing up, how you see little kids, they'd be like, I'm
Yeah,
shy.
yeah.
My mama didn't do that.
Okay, cool.
My mother was she had me when she was 32.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can just imagine you grown by that time.
You
And so
better be.
we don't have no time for anything else. So,
You better.
being shy was really, I'm think it was really, it's your time to make it do what it do. So do it.
There you go. All right, Chad. Thank you for coming in, man. And we're gonna have we'll tell our viewers now. We will actually have a part 3 after the when he goes back. And either way, whatever happens, but I got a good feeling about the situation. And I'm not going to jinx him or say any much more about that. But We will have a part 3 sometime. It'll either be the 24th or 25th. I would prefer it be on a day everybody's at home eating.
Yeah, guess what? That's not gonna happen because I'll be eating too. So yeah, you're gonna catch me on another day. Because all
We
I
will.
see is that chicken in them dressing right there on that lady
Oh man, that's gonna that yeah. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for it right now, man. Guaranteed. So we'll probably hit back up on the 25th or 26th of November, and actually have this part 3 with Chad, and we'll be either way. He's made it this far 3 times back to back. You've done wonderful, man. So I want to thank you for coming in, Chad.
Thank you for having me.
All right, man. We'll hit you back on the after the 23rd of November on the finale. All right, brother. Take care.
Uh,
We're ending.